Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will journey through The Spire by William Golding. The Spire by William Golding, published in 1964, is a compelling exploration of ambition, faith, and human frailty. Set in a medieval cathedral town, the novel follows Dean Jocelin as he drives the construction of an impossibly high spire atop the cathedral, a project that tests the limits of faith, reason, and human endurance. A deeply symbolic and layered work, it interrogates the clash between divine vision and earthly realities. Plot summary. In the heart of a medieval cathedral town, Jocelin, the zealous dean, stood transfixed before the vision that had consumed him for years. A spire rising impossibly high above the cathedral, a testament to divine will. The model of the spire, a delicate 18-inch construction, embodied what he saw as God's command. Jocelin believed he was chosen for this holy task, his unwavering faith burning brighter than the doubts surrounding him. Yet, beneath the soaring aspirations, the cathedral rested on fragile foundations, and the whispers of those who knew this gnawed at the edges of his certainty. The master builder, Roger Mason, a pragmatic and grounded man, opposed Jocelin's vision with quiet defiance. His expertise told him that the earth beneath the cathedral could not bear the weight of the spire. The structure's existing foundation, little more than a raft of brushwood, had already begun to show signs of strain. But Jocelin dismissed these concerns, urging Roger forward, claiming that faith would compensate for what engineering lacked. The tension between Jocelin's unyielding belief and Roger's practical caution set the stage for the construction's tumultuous journey. Work began, and with it came a surge of chaos and disruption. The laborers, a rough and superstitious group, brought an air of violence to the holy endeavor. Jocelin, consumed by his mission, turned a blind eye to the darker undercurrents among the workers, even as their cruelty found a victim in Pangal, the cathedral's caretaker. Pangal, once a faithful servant of the cathedral, was slowly driven to despair. His protests, weak and fractured, were overshadowed by Jocelin's towering vision. Jocelin promised Pangal safety, but his promises rang hollow in the face of the workers' relentless torment. Pangal's wife, Goody, bore silent witness to his suffering, her presence a quiet reminder of human vulnerability amidst grand designs. As the spire rose higher, so too did the tensions within the cathedral community. Jocelin's fervor alienated many of his allies, including Father Anselm, the sacrist, who had once been a trusted confidant. Anselm's skepticism grew as he watched Jocelin push the construction forward with little regard for the human cost. Their relationship, once bound by shared faith, frayed under the weight of Jocelin's ambition. Jocelin, increasingly isolated, clung to the belief that he was guided by divine will, even as cracks began to appear in the cathedral walls and in his own psyche. The master builder's wife, Rachel Mason, added another layer of complexity to the unfolding drama. Her fiery spirit and outspoken nature stood in stark contrast to Goody's quiet resilience. Rachel's relationship with Roger was volatile yet deeply rooted, their dynamic reflecting the raw energy and tension of the spire's construction. Her presence unsettled Jocelin, her vitality a jarring counterpoint to the suffering he chose to ignore. Amidst the physical toll of the construction and the emotional strain on those involved, Jocelin began to experience visions and moments of spiritual ecstasy. He believed these were affirmations of his divine mission, but they also signaled the unraveling of his mind. The spire became an obsession, its towering silhouette a symbol of both his faith and his hubris. The higher it climbed, the more Jocelin's health deteriorated, his body mirroring the precarious state of the cathedral itself. As the spire neared completion, the consequences of Jocelin's relentless pursuit became undeniable. The cathedral groaned under the strain of the added weight, and the community around it fractured. Pangal's torment reached its tragic conclusion, his death a somber testament to the human cost of Jocelin's vision. Goody, left to endure her loss, became a haunting presence within the cathedral, her sorrow a silent rebuke to Jocelin's ambition. Despite the mounting evidence of failure and the loss of so many, Jocelin refused to waver. He believed the spire's completion would vindicate his faith and justify the sacrifices made. But as the final stages of construction approached, Jocelin was forced to confront the fragility of his vision. The spire, once a beacon of divine glory, now seemed an ominous weight bearing down on the cathedral and its people. The culmination of Jocelin's endeavor was both triumphant and devastating. The spire, impossibly high, stood as a testament to human ambition and divine inspiration. Yet its presence cast a long shadow over the cathedral and its community, a reminder of the price paid for its creation. Jocelin, frail and broken, realized that his faith had led him not to salvation, but to ruin. The spire was a miracle, but it was also a folly, a fragile monument to the collision of heaven and earth. As Jocelin lay dying, his mind flickered between visions of divine light and the haunting reality of his failures. The spire, towering above him, loomed as both his greatest triumph and his deepest regret. In his final moments, he reached for solace in the belief that he had served God's will, even as the echoes of suffering lingered around him. The cathedral remained, its foundations trembling under the weight of the spire, a symbol of the eternal tension between faith and reason, ambition and humility. That's it for now, but don't stop here. William Golding has more stories waiting for you. Check them out in the description or on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in William Golding's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.